Okay, thank you for the invitation. As Adriana mentioned, my name is Julio Cesar Ortiz. Anybody younger than 18 might not know me because they don't watch the news, but I'm sure that if your mom is around you or grandma, just tell her, hey, mom, who's this guy? They'll probably know me because they watch us at 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. in Univision 34 here in LA. And today I have a very simple message to everyone who is watching and who is in high school and who is in middle school. And hopefully, through my background and through my story, you will get an idea what's ahead of you and what you can achieve. I'm the youngest of 11 kids. We're from Mexico. 11 kids. And when I was in high school and when I was in middle school, I was undocumented. I didn't have any immigration papers. And I never stopped thinking what I wanted to be and what I wanted to achieve, regardless if I was undocumented. They would tell me, hey, you don't have a green card. And I'm going to keep growing. I'm going to keep going ahead. So today, you guys have to realize that you have a choice. And my parents had a choice, and they gave me the shot of going to school, going to college. And I'm the first one to ever go to college in my family of 11 kids. But it is never too late to start thinking what you want to be. When I was 5 years old and I only spoke Spanish, I was in Mexico and I would grab scissors or I would grab a brush and say, I would pretend I was a reporter. I wanted to be a reporter ever since I was 5. And I would, grab the scissors and pretend, reportando en vivo desde la ciudad de Ensenada, Baja California. And I would just pretend. But you know what made it possible for me to become a journalist? School. The math, the philosophy, the social studies allowed me to go into college and then become a reporter. When I got to LA, I used to watch people on Univision 34 who now work along my side and I work with them. And I used to watch the news and I would tell my mom, Mamá, yo quiero salir en la tele, yo quiero ser reportero. And she would never tell me no. She would be like, I know, mijo, you will one day. So the message to parents also who are watching is, regardless of what your kid envisions, just support the idea that they want to be evolving into something that they want to become. Mom, I want to be an astronaut. Mijo, if that's what you want, adelante, go ahead. Mom, I want to become a banker. Do you like numbers? Do you like accounting? Go ahead, mijo. The idea is to move forward regardless of where you're heading, as long as forward means a better place. Let me tell you a little bit about my parents. My mom was a housekeeper for 42 years. 42 years. My dad was a farm worker for 47 years. They're now retired. They're 83 and 78. And they never felt that I was anything less or that I did not have what it took for me to make it to where I am right now. Right now, I'm in Univision 34 in LA after going to California State University, Northridge. But the whole point is that my parents made sure that I have my notebooks, my pencils, and that I had access to a book. That was very important. And that I always made it to school. I remember one day I was sick and I told my mom, hey, me duele el estómago, I feel cramps and all that. And she just made a tea. She'll drink this. You need to make it to school. So I know that parents have an expectation of children to make it to school, to be okay from now online, learning online. But as parents, ask yourselves, what can I do more so my child is energized and willing to be in front of that laptop and willing to be learning online right now because of the virus issues. So it's a teamwork. I don't think I was successful because I wanted to be. That was part of it. Everyone in my family wanted me to be successful. So make sure parents and tios and tias and everyone around the family You build support around the vision that your child has. Your child might have different ideas of what they want to be, but the support around that child is what builds resistance, persistence, resiliency. So I was surrounded by people who never went to school, but that they saw in me a chance they never had. So I'm sure right now your parents um, are seeing you go to school, but let me tell you, this is for all the high school students and all the middle school students. When you graduate college or high school, your parents will be graduating with you. Your uncles who never went to school will be graduating with you. And all of a sudden, you're going to become, because I saw myself becoming this, you're going to become the orgullo, the pride of your family, because you're the only one going to college. You're the only one, getting that job that they thought nobody in the family would ever get. So all the kids right now that are watching, you might break that chain, that circle, maybe of poverty, maybe of doing the same type of work. You will be that link that breaks away and starts a new cycle. It has happened to me. So the best way to look at what you want is to realize that you have the tools. You have a school, a teacher that wants you to move forward, and parents who believe in you. Do you think your parents would send you to school or would want you to spend 6 hours on a laptop if it didn't make a difference? They wouldn't. They would not go through this, but they're going through all the sacrifices because you are worth more than you think. And you will be able to show them, if I fast forward this 20 years, you will remember that you were evolving into something bigger, better, and that nobody thought sometimes that you would have achieved. Two things that I want to remind you of. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what's your zip code. If there is a school, if there is a teacher willing to teach you, the zip code doesn't matter. I grew up in a ranch with farm animals in a very small high school. And now I'm in the number one market in TV in the United States. Now, let me ask you something. What do you think my mom feels when she's watching the news and she sees the same child that was, non-English speaker, undocumented, struggling with the first set of homework assignments that he got? I did not speak a word of English and I was thrown into the classroom. Like the previous speaker said, I didn't have time to complain. I only had time to absorb and become better and better. And when you do that, it's contagious. It's contagious in a way because if you have a little sister, if you have a little cousin, and you are the one that went to college, guess what's going to happen? You just gave that person a really good virus. It's called success in school. They will want to be like Pedro that went to Cal State Northridge, or Adriana who went to UC Berkeley. You will break that cycle of, I cannot look any other way. I'm just going to be a mechanic. I'm just going to be working with my dad. No, you break it away, and all of a sudden you have given them that ability to think beyond that zip code. So as we continue this efforts to learn, and it's hard, let me tell you, it's hard to learn online, but you have somebody on the other side of your tablet, of your phone, whatever it is that you use. You have a teacher, a principal, a vice principal, a community rooting for you, going, beyond what is required, long hours, extra work, so that the student behind this tablet can feel welcomed, even though there is not a classroom. You know, I follow faith a lot. I'm a Catholic, and I truly believe that I don't need to go to church to feel the presence of God. So you don't need to be in school to feel the care of a teacher, to feel the care of a school. If you have this, if you're able to see eye to eye with the teacher, that's the only care you need. And then if you're able to turn around and look around, and that your mom is right there with your platito de frijoles ready, like, mijo, are you on your break? I have your taquitos, or I have your burrito, I have your tostadas, whatever it is that you eat. That's enough under the conditions that we live in to make it through. So I wanted to stop by. We're covering the fires. We're doing a million things with the Dodgers winning. But I wanted to stop by to let you know that I care, because you're our future. And whatever it is that you want to achieve, it can become possible. Again, I'm the youngest of 11. I'm Julio Ortiz, the pitcher that won the World Series, Julio Urias, starting in a little town of Sinaloa, Culiacan. I started in a little town of Ensenada, Baja California. And now we are both Mexicans, changing the way in which news are made, in which baseball is played. So don't you ever think that not being from this country is going to make you less, or not having documents is going to make you less. It's what you have here and here that matters. So as you get back to school, realize that that moment, those 6 hours of school, those 7 hours of school, are the key to make it to the World Series, or to make it to the #1 market in the US. So there's nothing more that I can say, that I believe in each of you, and you need to believe in yourselves. Take care of the people around you, in front of you, because everyone wants you to pitch that winning strike. Yo soy Julio Cesar Ortiz. I'll see you at 6 p.m. and 11 en Univision 34. Un abrazo a todas las mamás, a todos los padres. Adelante.